Hello and welcome into another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I'm your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI and your host of this daily Sun Devils Insider podcast. I am so grateful to once again be joining you on this Friday morning. And we have a massive weekend and overall week ahead for the Arizona State athletic programs as a whole. Where do I even start? The Arizona State 2026 baseball season officially begins tonight. The Sun Devils' ultimate goal as a program this year is to get back to Omaha for the College World Series in what would be the first appearance since 2010. And ironically, they begin the season at Phoenix Municipal Stadium tonight against the Omaha Mavericks. Arizona State is expected to make some noise in the world of college baseball this season. I believe they were picked to finish fourth in the Big 12, and head coach Willie Bloomquist really did a nice job of restocking, replenishing the roster. I mean, you lost players such as Kyle Walker and Isaiah Jackson to the MLB draft. He really rebounded nicely by adding a lot of big bats to the lineup once again. And it's hard to see a world where Arizona State isn't one of the best offenses in the Big 12 once again. The real questions lie in the pitching staff. There are a lot of questions as far as the viability of said staff. Last season, I believe they posted a 5.34 ERA as a team, and that's really what prevented them from being an elite team. Instead, they were really just a good team. They went 36 and 24 last season. They were able to win one regional tournament game, then they lost to UCLA and lost to um, Cal State Fullerton again. Um, yeah. I think that this season is going to be a bounce back year for Willie Bloomquist. I mean, you had a good season last season. By bounce back, I mean you go from having a good season to having a great season. And I think they could do it. We'll see how the pitching staff looks over the course of this weekend. And I will probably be at least one of the games this weekend. So that should be a fun experience. And as far as the rest of the weekend goes for Arizona State Athletics and beyond the weekend, um, the football program is still gearing up towards ushering in spring practices. Those are set to begin about a month or so from now, maybe a month and a half. Uh, it's going to be an absolute treat to cover all the new faces that are inside of Arizona State's program now, including a Cutter Boley, a Marion Miller, uh, David Ave, who was one of the most pleasant chats I had a week ago, along with the players that are returning, like a CJ Fight. It's going to be a great experience, and I look very much forward to it. Women's basketball. Molly Miller's team is firmly on the NCAA tournament bubble right now. I believe they are considered the last team in the field right now, per ESPN and their bracket model from Charlie Creme. Uh, big game Saturday at noon against the rival Arizona Wildcats. The game is in Tucson, and Arizona State really. This is more of a situation where they need to avoid the bad loss instead of picking up a key win because I think that they get into the tournament regardless if they have 23 or 24 wins. It doesn't really matter where they get the wins from, but the likelihood they get to that total shrink if they lose to Arizona because obviously there's less opportunities and the games that they play down the line are quite a bit tougher. They play Iowa State, they play BYU, they play Texas Tech. So we'll see what transpires for Molly Miller and the Sun Devils. I mean, I think they're going to be a tournament team. I think that they have the potential to win a game, maybe even two, depending on what the matchups look like. But this has really been a year of revival for the Sun Devils. I think that they have exceeded expectations and then some so far. You can look at the non-conference schedule and say, well, they didn't really play many strong opponents before the ramp up to Big 12 play, but they're 7-6 in Big 12. In the Big 12, they have defeated some quality teams in conference play, including sweeping Utah. They competed with Baylor last week. They competed with West Virginia a couple weeks ago, and I think that morale has to be high in Tempe, and I think there is potential that they find themselves at a similar level to what a TCU or a Baylor is at right now, a couple years down the road. Molly Miller was absolutely a home run hire, and I can't wait to see what they do this weekend. And for to close out today's show, I know it's not the weekend per se, but Arizona State men's basketball has a big, big, big game coming up against the Texas Tech Red Raiders on Tuesday, February 17th. That's going to be a late one. It's slated for a tip-off of around 9 p.m. So it'll be a late night for me that night. Going to be fascinating to see how that one goes as far as just the second 9 p.m. tip-off of the season at home. It's going to be interesting to see how everybody responds to that. As far as ASU is concerned, their metric profiles have actually improved greatly over the last couple of days. I believe they are now number 71 in net and they're number 69 in KenPom. That's a really good sign for those that are hoping that Bobby Hurley's squad can make a late season push for the tournament. Uh, Typically, the lowest ranked at-large team is in the low 60s, so they are getting into that range where they could theoretically be considered. Will they actually be considered? I don't know. I really am not sure. I think that they will need to get to around 17 or 18 wins to have a chance. But Texas Tech is a major opportunity. I believe Texas Tech is around the Texas Tech is around the top 20. Texas Tech is number 17 in net right now. So if Arizona State took down Texas Tech, that would be a permanent quad one win on their resume this season. They would move to 14 and 12 with 5 games remaining. Um, they'd be in a great spot, honestly, because if they take down Baylor and TCU in the road trip and make it a 4-0 stretch, they have a real chance to beat Utah and move to 17 and 12. This is a game that really could springboard their season and actually revive it in a manner that we thought could happen a few weeks ago. Obviously, it's easier said than done. Texas Tech is a very, very good team. Their front court is absolutely superb. Grant McCasland is a phenomenal coach. But I think Arizona State is playing with an edge. I think they really are determined to save their season and uh, play for Bobby Hurley, and I'm excited to see what we get out of them on Tuesday. Uh, that's really all I have for today regarding Arizona State athletics as a whole. Thank you so much for tuning into another edition of the Sun Devils Insider Podcast. Your support means the world to me, and I will see you tomorrow with a new episode. Thank you so much.